This week's topic is engagement, and I actually want to acknowledge I think that it's perfect. Engagement is really about a relationship between social worker and client, and kind of in that idea, I just want to acknowledge how much I enjoyed our live session this past week and that I absolutely feel closer and more connected and more engaged with all of you. And I was really grateful for that experience. But moving on to the idea of engagement in social work practice, engagement refers to the client's willingness to partake in the therapeutic process. And the therapeutic alliance is also known as a collaborative relationship between the client and the social worker, the strength and structure of which is often based on the client's level of engagement. The text goes into more detail about this, and as there's a PowerPoint that you're all supposed to look at this week that also goes into more detail about it. But at its essence, and the thing that I really, really want you to take away from this, is that engagement is really about the beginning of a relationship. I have a quote here by Brene Brown. Brene Brown is a social work researcher and a great hero of mine. She's gotten very popular as of late in more popular culture. She's written some books about vulnerability and living wholeheartedly. But this is one of the things she says. She says that through my research, I found that vulnerability is the glue that holds relationships together. It's the magic sauce. And I would go on to say that that I believe that that's absolutely true, along with the idea of authenticity, and that as social workers, our most powerful tool is of ourselves, is ourself, and that that tool allows us to build relationships with people, which can often bring about the greatest change. And while we absolutely use research and we use evidence-based practice and tools and methods, and I'm not trying to diminish the importance of those things, I always come back to that the most important part in the social work intervention or in social work practice is that idea of building a relationship with the people that we're serving and working with. So that's about it for this week in terms of my part. I hope that you enjoy the materials and the process. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.